Guess what time it is?
It's that time again to do what?
Another collaboration video with Rhonda and Jim from R&J RV Adventures and Earl and Terry from Traveling on Adventures.
Traveling on Adventures, right.
Okay, what is today's series or topic about?
We're going to do a collab about buying your last RV first.
Yep, buy your last RV first.
Right.
And how do you do that?
Is that even possible? Do
Yeah.
you know of anybody that's done it? We know of one person.
One out of so many people that
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah. We can tell
So-
you we didn't.
No. And with that said, how many have we had?
I'd say, what, 7 or 8?
We had, okay, our first RV we had was a bumper pull, and that was Cherokee.
17-foot Cherokee with no slides.
Yeah, no slides.
And that was just for weekending and, you know, spending weekends at parks.
Yeah, but it was like, what do they call that? Most timers? Is that what they call that? When you're just like vacationers? Weekenders?
No, that's not most timers.
So is that weekenders?
Weekenders. Yeah.
Weekenders?
Yeah.
So we had that rig. Our second one was also a bumper pull, and that was the Liberty edition.
Yeah, the Liberty.
I think that was a Forest River, maybe?
With the rear kitchen.
Yeah, and it did have a slide.
One slide.
Yeah.
We had that one for a while. And we went on weekend trips because we figured we needed bigger than the 17-foot because we were kind of, the couch actually was part of the bed, and then it had a curtain that separated, so we said, we just get something a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our third RV, then we moved up.
We moved up to a fifth wheel.
Yeah.
We bought a Chaparral.
Yep, we ended up buying was that the Chaparral before we bought the Rapture?
Yeah, Chaparral.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was fifth wheel that had a great floor plan. We really we went for the kitchen.
Yeah.
We loved the kitchen because it was a wraparound kitchen, and it was our first experience with Lazy Boys recliners. So we got hooked on them after that.
Well, the living room was kind of set up the same way we had our living room in the house.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded us at home. It was real nice and cozy, and it did.
It did pretty good.
It did pretty good.
Yeah. So that was our third. That was our first fifth wheel, our third RV. Then we moved up from there because.
But mind you, at this time we weren't thinking about anything of full timing RV.
Yeah, we weren't. We were still living in the sticks and bricks, so we weren't full time traveling. We were just vacationers.
It didn't cross
basically.
our mind to become full time traveling.
So we had 2 bumper pulls, 1 fifth wheel. Now we went to the next fifth wheel, which was the Velocity Rapture toy hauler.
Right, triple axle.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool because it had the deck, where we were, like the party deck.
Yeah, it had a 12-foot garage with the party deck, and we got that because we said, we have our Harleys, we have our ATV off-road.
Yeah, if we wanted to go enjoy our toys.
Yeah, we had our little mini bikes, we had our little...
Yeah.
I mean,
we had a lot.
We had toys,
yeah.
and we were going to take them in the garage and whatnot. But
yeah,
again, we were not thinking of full timing because that was not conducive for us for full timing.
Yeah.
But
so back to the count, we're up to 4.
Yeah, we're up to 4.
2 bumper pulls, 2 fifth wheels. Then we decided after the Rapture, we wanted something that was going to be. Well, was that the Jayco, right? We were then starting to plan to go full time,
right?
And we knew the Rapture wasn't the right rig for that because it wasn't very comfortable to stay in that more than a few days,
right?
As far as the living area.
Yeah.
So we went and got the Jayco.
We shopped around and looked for something that was 3-4 season.
Yeah.
That we'd be comfortable in. Especially with the Texas heat. It's like, okay, well, it gets pretty hot in August.
And that was a Jayco
Pinnacle.
Pinnacle.
I call it Pinnacle. Yeah.
And it was pretty nice. We really loved it. We thought that was our last rig. We really thought it was. But we found out that it did not do well in Texas.
We found out in August when it got above 100 with 2 ACs in that thing, even with the with the
those nightshades down.
nightshades down. We had
fans on.
Yeah, we had the reflectix in the
Yeah,
windows. We had it dark as we could dark and everything, and still couldn't get it below 80 degrees.
Yeah, it was miserable.
In the summertime, that was miserable. We had fans blowing.
And I think it had a sticker on it that it was a 3-season, possibly 4-season RV.
I think it was a 3-year warranty, 4 seasons.
Oh, okay, 3-year warranty, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't.
It was, personally, my personal opinion, and this is just me, it was junk.
Yeah, that one was a pretty rough. We bought it new.
Yeah.
RV, but we started having problems with it.
Yeah.
Things just happening to it, and we weren't traveling at this point. Yeah, we decided to go full time living, but Mal was still working his second job.
All the RVs we bought were brand new.
Yeah, they were.
All of them.
So with the Jayco, things were happening to it without us even moving it.
Yeah.
That's when those screws were backing out on the floor.
On the floor, yeah, they were
just all kinds of issues.
Yeah.
But so after the Jayco, we decided, okay, we're gonna actually start traveling because Mal was getting ready to retire from your contracting job.
Right.
And we wanted to hit the road, so we wanted to have the right RV to do that. And we knew the mobile suites were built to be lived in full time. So we went ahead and got a fifth wheel DRV.
A 44-foot Nashville triple axle.
Yeah. Mobile suite.
Yeah.
Huge, like you said.
Yeah, six slides.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All full body paint.
Front living room area. Yeah.
Bath and a half, like Mal said.
Right.
It had everything we needed in it. Washer, dryer, setup, big kitchen island,
dishwasher,
everything.
Had everything.
But that, like Mal said, it has 6 slides.
5 leaked.
Out of the slides.
Yeah.
And it was, we were so disappointed because that was going to be our last rig to full-time travel.
For the amount of money they wanted, they really shortchanged you on the trim. They took a lot of shortcuts on the trim. And all the cabinet closers, the latches were all plastic.
Yeah, little locks.
Junk, breaking. And you figure, you spent that much money on something, they would use metal latches.
Well, we realized that when we were traveling that our cabinets would open, and it was because those latches, like Mal's talking about, the little locks.
Yeah.
They cracked.
Yeah.
And they were plastic.
And,
so they broke.
Part of the onus is on us because we didn't look at those. But again, we didn't know what we really was going to need full time.
Yeah.
We thought, okay, these things were set up for us, so we neglected to look at the small things. And
this had a lifetime warranty with it when we bought it, too.
It had a lifetime warranty, but every year you had to get it inspected. I think that was $200 or $250.
And send it in, mail it in to them.
Right.
For them to honor it and keep it as a lifetime warranty.
Right. So, there's always a catch to the catch.
Yeah.
But in any case, that didn't pan out for us, so we ended up...
But what number are we on now? So we had 2 bumper pulls, 3 fifth wheels.
Right, 3 fifth wheels.
So that's 5, huh?
5, yeah.
Okay, number 6. That's when we got into our Class A for the first time, which was 2006?
2006 Travel Supreme. Now, this is the first one we bought used. Yeah,
that was our very first used travel, or Class A.
Right, and originally, before we even started, we were looking at Class A's.
Diesel pushers.
Right, and then we talked ourselves out of it because we said, okay, well, the maintenance is going to cost, and if it's in the shop, so is everything we have, But if you really think about it, if you have a diesel truck, you're changing the oil 2 or 3 times versus what you do on a diesel pusher. Your maintenance ends up adding to the same. Your 3 changes in your truck to 1 change in a diesel pusher. And if you put in your fifth wheel or your bumper pull, and for repairs or maintenance, you're still going to be out of where you live if you live full time.
And that's when we realized that we talked ourselves out of it in the beginning, and maybe we should have started with that first. As far as once we
maybe I should have argued with myself.
Once we started full time, I guess, because we weren't traveling. We were stationary for 4 years before Mel retired from a second job before we hit the road. So at that time, maybe we should have, but we were thinking cost-wise, and we talked ourselves out of it. Now, after the Class A, we really did enjoy it. We did a lot of work to it.
Oh yeah.
Made it home. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Plenty of room, 4 slides. We just started realizing that, you know, it was a pretty big rig, and we were having difficulties getting into tight places with the slides.
Yeah, some places we got. I mean, we had 1 inch to 2 inch before we touched the people next to us that had their slides.
That was
out.
at 1,000 Trails in
Yeah,
Arizona.
Yeah, and it's
Cottonwood,
like,
right?
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
this is just too tight for us.
So we were just kicking it back and forth, and we actually ended up in our Prevost bus by accident.
We would have. We never looked at Prevost. We never thought
No.
about buying Prevost.
There's no way we could have afforded Prevost either.
It just fell into our lap.
Yeah.
And thus is why we have it. And then again, we were looking at something with no slides.
No slides.
So
Yep.
I mean, it met, for one, it met what we could afford to pay for. 2, it met the whole thing of no slides. 3, it meant that
you can live in it.
You can live in it full time.
This is actually a home on wheels.
Yeah, and it was converted to do that.
Yeah.
And set up for that. And I mean, and thus far we thoroughly enjoyed this.
We truly love it.
And this will be our last rig before we get off of the road.
Yep. So what we did is we bought our last rig last.
Yeah.
Is what we did. You know, as far as, you know, if we could have got into something like this would have been a great blessing in the beginning.
But
also, we didn't know what we wanted.
I can tell you, you do not know what you need. You think you know what you need full time until you get out there and you start doing it. Then you realize
you can downsize, or you need more room.
Right.
You know,
you could go either way.
Yeah.
You know, and if you had kids, they need something with bunks. As they get older, you're not going to need bunks anymore.
Right.
I mean, you know, and a lot of parks won't let you in with. Well, you can get in with 40-footers, but it's a booger because they don't upgrade the spots in parks. You know, they upgrade the electric and maybe the water, but the spots themselves, they don't make them any bigger.
We found out that with a lot of state parks.
Yeah.
You know, because they're just making RVs bigger and bigger, and you know, these state parks have been around for years. So like Mal's saying, all they've done is upgraded like the utilities and so forth, but not the sites.
No, the spots.
You know, so we struggle to get in.
The spots don't get any bigger no matter how much they water them, cut the grass.
I know.
They're the same size, you know.
Yeah.
We went into one with, and I think that was in the Chaparral. And the guy looked at it at the gate and he said, man, they just keep getting bigger and bigger. But he said, I think there's only one spot that you'll be able to fit in, and even then that's going to be tight.
Yeah.
And mind you, they had a lot of spots, you know, but these parks were made back in the 30s and in the 40s, and they just weren't made for what we're using for today.
So you got to take that into consideration. If you're a newbie and you're wanting to do this as a lifestyle, you know, it's really hard to figure out what you want, in our opinion.
Yeah.
You know, what your needs are. You know, it may take a few years for you to figure that out, but some people are lucky and they do know what they want, and they get into their first RV. Is that what you know?
And then there are those that are stubborn, saying, I'm not changing. I'm just going to stick with what I got. It's gonna have to work for me. And hey, if that's you, that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
So find your last RV first. For us, that was a
Didn't
no
work
way.
out, as you can see.
When we started out, you know, we weren't full timing at that point either. But we do have a friend that did find his, you know, last RV first, and that's great. You know, that he was able to do it.
Yep.
But again, he's the only one person we know of.
The only one I know of.
Yeah, so please, you know, let us know, you know, what you're doing, or did you do research? Like, we did do some of our research as far as what the floor plans were that we were looking for.
Right, the length and the floor plan
and stuff like that.
What they had on them.
And, you know, are you, in your last RV, did you buy your last RV first, or you looking around and figuring out that maybe you didn't need everything that you have in your current RV, or you're downsizing, or maybe you're upsizing?
Are you part-time, full-time? most of the time.
Most timers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely, would love to hear your comments. So
Because
please
that
leave us a
makes
comment.
difference. It made a difference for
Yeah.
us.
Let us know,
Yeah.
what you're doing. And with that said, we appreciate doing these collabs. We truly love them.
Yeah.
And, when you're done watching ours, please go and check out, Rhonda and Jim from R&J RV Adventures.
Right.
Right there.
Yep.
And also
Great
Terry
folks.
and Earl from...
Days Great Adventure.
No. Terry and Earl from Traveling on Adventures.
Hello.
And please go and check out, their videos as well.
Yeah.
And with that said, if you don't mind, please like,
subscribe,
leave a comment.
give us a thumbs up.
We appreciate it.
And sometimes, if you'd like, leave 2 comments. We'll read them both.
2 thumbs up too.
Absolutely.
Well, 3 because one Mark takes out the other one, and you need one more. So.
It's all interaction. It's good. We appreciate you watching.
Yeah. Thank you, and we'll see you next month on our next collaboration.
Absolutely. Bye for now.
I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive. Can't stop